What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys had a fantastic day today, and today I have a very exciting video for you guys. Today we're going to be talking about American Airlines Admirals Club and everything that you need to know about it. I really hope you guys are excited for today's video, and without any further delay, let's go ahead and get started. So over 2023, I've been fortunate enough to get to check out American Airlines Admirals Club 3 times, and I thought it would be a good time to come together and make a video about it, surrounding everything that you need to know about it, what to expect from the Admirals Club, and everything in between. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're not only going to be talking about my experience, but I'll be sure to give you a rundown on everything you can expect from it, how to get access to it, all that fun stuff as well. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'll just briefly describe my experience, and I have a couple of pictures here to show you in some videos as well. And then following that, I'll kind of tell you all the amenities, the memberships, the locations, how you get access, all that fun stuff as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of these pictures. So first and foremost, we have to start with where you start when you arrive to the Admirals Club, and that's this front entrance. Now, this is the one in Terminal D at Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. Some of them are better than others, but this is certainly one of the nicest ones in the American Airlines network here at DFW. So of course, this is has a really nice showing to start, so that looks really nice. Following that, you can get some really good views from the majority of the Admirals Club, so I couldn't help it as an aviation enthusiast to not look at some of these views. So here's a beautiful American Airlines Boeing 777-300ER docked up here at gate Delta 25. The views that the Admirals Club's provided for the most part are really nice, and that stretches all across the network from Dallas to Chicago to Miami, everywhere in the nation. Typically, most of the views are really good. So, and you can do some prior research before you go if you're looking to plane spot, as most Admirals Clubs have some pictures online, so you can see where they're situated, how the windows are aligned, so on and so forth. So, but I can say, especially in the morning, that the Terminal D Admirals Club is really great, and we'll talk about some more examples here in a minute. Here's just a sample of what kind of food that you can get. So I know I overloaded this plate a little bit, but they are a little bit smaller. But as you can see, here's some really nice variety here. So you got some meatballs up there, got a little bit of salad with some chicken on it, and then you got some pasta there along with some cheese and some additional items there. Overall, really good offerings there from the Admirals Club, and they're looking to, or actually rather I should say, they are enhancing most of the food options at their bigger locations such as Dallas, Miami, Washington, Reagan, so on and so forth. So it's really cool to see that. But even I thought this was great, and this is a sample from January 2023. So usually their food options are really good. It's either usually something like this, or they have some soups on offer. It's ultimately pretty good, and they certainly have some nice variety, and that is exactly what you're seeing right here in this picture. So that's certainly very nice. Here's a nice picture of kind of what you can expect from the outside. I have a couple of these for you. So this one's really good to show you what kind of architecture you can find. Now, this is pretty much top of the line for the American Airlines network with regards to how nice they look. So you can certainly see from the ceiling to the lighting to the chairs to the power ports. You know, there's certainly a bunch of really nice amenities there, but you can certainly see that the potential of the Admirals Clubs are really nice. So this picture really does a good job describing that, and you can see how spacious it is and really just what kind of vibe it is. It certainly, as American Airlines says, enhances your pre-flight experience. And then, of course, like I talked about with the plane spotting, I know these are backlit iPhone pictures. I just couldn't help but not share them. So here's the TWA 737-800 rotating off. We got a better picture at the gate in that spotting video that you guys may have saw at this point. So we do have some good pictures of it, don't worry. But I just thought I would share these just because it does provide some really fun views. And I don't think there's anything wrong with ever just sitting back and watching planes, especially if they're backlit and you can't get good pictures of them. So, but of course, you know, I'm going to be pulling out the iPhone because yes and yes. And especially when you're having lunch or dinner too, which is really nice. Here's American Airlines Boeing 777-300 landing on, or taxiing back, actually, rather, I should say, or taking off, one or the other. But yeah, the views are really nice, and it's really fun to watch these aircraft. And keep in mind, in the morning from this Admirals Club, it looks really nice. And we can't go here and not look at the British Airways A380. I mean, come on now, fellow One World partner. Would love to check out their lounge sometime if we even get to that position. But nevertheless, it's really cool, and that's absolutely awesome to say the least. Here's a picture from the Miami the Miami's Admiral Club of this American Airlines Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner that we flew in on. How cool was that? You can see the cargo containers and all that fun stuff. So that's absolutely awesome. And here's a different sample. The Miami's Admirals Club over there by the D gates, I thought was pretty sufficient. You can certainly see, sure, it's probably not as nice as the Terminal D1 at Dallas, but this one still has some nice elements to it. This picture right here can really show the potential here. Nice and spacious, plenty of power ports. You know, it's just really nice. And these tables also are very helpful. So you can kind of pick and choose what kind of area you want to sit in. I think that's a really nice attribute of it as well. Here's another sampling from a different day at the Terminal C Admirals Club. This ended up only happening because of convenience. experience, but you can see the fact of they still have some really good offers there with food. So you get some meatballs and salad there as well. And then here's another picture. This is the Eternal Sea Admirals Club at DFW once again. They're just all kind of different. They all kind of have their own vibe to them, if you will. It's kind of like different restaurants, I would almost compare it to. So you still have the fundamental concept of having spacious room, plenty of seats, power ports, food on offer, so on and so forth. But of course, the architecture is going to be quite different. This one being a little bit older than that Terminal D one, as you can see. So still really cool to see it right there. So I'll put some supplemental videos and some additional nicer quality pictures on the screen, but I'll kind of talk about what you can expect from the club. So kind of the big concept with the Admirals Club, what you can expect from there. I mean, this is kind of self-explanatory, but I'll just kind of explain it for anybody that's unaware. You can expect snacks, house drinks, food, personal travel assistance. Some places have showers, some places have business centers, so on and so forth, which is really cool. You also have plenty of opportunity to enhance your experience if you'd like to pay for additional assets in the Admirals Club, or not assets, but additional food and drinks. Those are also on purchase, and American Airlines has really done a good job with their Admirals Clubs as of late. Not only are they going to be enhancing their food options, but they're also going to be enhancing the design of them as well. So this Terminal C one may be the next in that list. But recently at Washington Reagan, they recently redid that Admirals Club. That's looking really good, and they're also redoing Denver and Newark. Yes, Denver and Newark have American Airlines Admirals Clubs, and those will be coming in late 2023, which is really exciting. This is being produced around September, October 2023, so this video might be outdated when you're watching, so keep in mind, but I'll link below to Admirals Club information so that you're up to date on all that, so that's really cool. But yeah, it's certainly really nice that they provide a really nice complimentary breakfast, lunch, dinner, and some drinks as well, which is really nice, and it's certainly very cool to see that they provide a really good pre-flight experience. I mean, every lounge should, of course. That's kind of the purpose of it. But American Airlines, I think, has really done a pretty good job with theirs. There are some various ways to get access to Admirals Club, so I'll kind of go over those. First and foremost, one of the most common ways is you can be a Admirals Club, have an American Airlines credit card, one of which is the Executive World Elite MasterCard. That one gets you complimentary access. In addition to that, you can also find the actual membership itself for the Admirals Club. Typically, that's about $850 a year. And there's a bunch of different ways. Speaking of which, let's just go ahead and go straight into how you can get access to the Admirals Club. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So like I said, you can qualify on American Airlines credit cards. That's really cool. There's also various status memberships on American Airlines that may get you access, such as Executive Platinum, Platinum Pro, and Platinum. I'll leave in the description everything that qualifies. It can really get complex, but you know, there may be some additional help from American Airlines status that may get you in there as well. There's also lifetime memberships that you can get too, so those are certainly on offer. And then typically there are some circumstances pending on the ticket and the destination, but there may be an actual airline ticket that would get you access into the Admirals Club. In addition, you can find one-day passes typically for the Admirals Club. As of right now, this changes quite a bit, but as of right now, a one-day pass is currently $79 or 7,900 American Airlines Advantage miles. It may be worth a one-day pass if you've never been in the lounge before and want to see what it's like, especially if you can take advantage of both lunch and dinner, or breakfast and lunch, so on and so forth in the Admirals Club. But whether it's worth it on a regular basis, that's for you to decide. I would lean towards probably not, unless you're, there's a different circumstance. I would rather become a member or have a card that would grant access. But again, you know, those are just all different ways to different weights to how you what the qualifying material is for you, and what justifies your reasoning for the Admirals Club. So we have that going as well. With regards to the membership, it can be, let's see here. Sorry, some of this is just kind of gibberish, and some of it's actually pretty important. So if you have the credit card, like I said, that's one way to get into the Admirals Club. I talked about the day pass, just making sure I didn't miss anything. Typically, it's $850 for American Airlines Advantage members for Admirals Club access, so that's really cool. And yeah, some of these pages can just get kind of complex. I apologize. And then the other cool part I think that's worth mentioning is that the Admirals Club, there's quite a few locations, so listen to some of these. So, you know, you have Dallas, Miami, Washington, Reagan, New York, Los Angeles, the whole nine on American Airlines' actual hubs, but they also have quite a few airports in the United States where you wouldn't expect it that they do have one. I already mentioned Denver, that's a really big one, Newark as well, and then you got cities like Atlanta, the airport code EZE. I think it's Bruno Arenos. Hopefully I said that right. Sorry if I botched it. Some of the other really unique ones: Honolulu, Houston Intercontinental IAH, and then of course you have some of your bigger international destinations like London, England, and then Mexico City is another interesting one. Nashville, Tennessee. That's probably because American used to have a big operation there. Orange County is another really unique one. It's pretty cool. They have one at Paris, Orlando, Philadelphia, of course. Let's see. Pittsburgh's another really neat one. Raleigh, Durham. They do have quite a few flights out of Raleigh, so whichever pronunciation is correct. Rio de Janeiro is another really cool one. San Francisco, Sao Paulo, Brazil. St. Louis still has one, which is awesome. Tampa, Florida, Toronto, Canada, and of course Washington Reagan, as I mentioned. So they certainly have some really cool places, and especially if one of those is your home airport, maybe it's worth the membership to you, especially if you fly American Airlines a bunch. It just depends on the situation, time, place, so on and so forth. But yeah, really cool, and certainly American has quite a few ways to get into the Admirals Club if it interests you. So yeah, I can't really speak too much from experience here, as I just had a really nice friend that offered to take me in there a couple times. So that was really fun, really enjoyed it, and I thought that you know, documenting it would be applicable, of course. And I'm not an expert on lounges by any means. I've been fortunate enough to get to go in some additional lounges like the United Club and some others, and those videos will also be coming out in the future as well, as we continue to compare and contrast the lounges. I don't know if I'll end up being a frequent flyer for any particular airline yet in the future. We'll see. I've flown Southwest quite a bit just because prices have been good, but you know, there hasn't been one particular airline that I've been completely dominant to over my time. I mean, I've flown American a ton, obviously, but with regards to what ends up being, if I end up being able to utilize club access, considering all these different airlines that I fly, but you know, lounge experience, it's a completely subjective topic in regards to how it matters to what person. So, but you know, I just, again, was fortunate enough to get in the Admirals Club a couple times, had some pictures, thought I would talk about it, thought I would talk about, you know, what to expect. And it really is a nice place. There's some really good meals on offer, really good chairs, a really nice place to relax. Personally, for me, if they have a big window for plane spotting, that's absolutely fantastic. It just depends on the situation, the circumstance, and what it's all about, right? So it's really cool, and certainly plenty to take away from it. Again, I'll link in the description everything you need to know about the Admirals Club. A bunch of it's just a bunch of writing, but you'll find the applicable parts in there. And hopefully this is the pitch and helped each and every one of you. And let me know your Admirals Club stories in the comments if you have went to the Admirals Club, and so what you think. But nevertheless, that'll do for today's video, everybody. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust process. Do what you love and love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon, as Redriveraviation is signing off.